Daniel Hubbard of Real Deal Exteriors, the premier exterior contractor for North Alabama. Daniel, I'd like to learn a little more about siding. I've got one of those houses with a brick front and siding around the sides, and sometimes I notice it doesn't look so good. And I don't know how you know when you need siding. I noticed some of my neighbors have replaced theirs. Are there things as a homeowner I can look for?
Yes, typically with siding, it's got a limited service life. A lot of homes are typically, like you said, part brick and part siding. The siding they used was a Masonite product, a composite, composite of wood components, and the life of it was dictated by its paint. So once it got exposed, it's susceptible to absorbing moisture, and the paint doesn't stick to anything wet, and that's usually the demise of the product. And that's it's a maintenance related issue. It requires a frequent amount of paint to service that product, and that's where we try to consult with a homeowner is investment versus reward, or what you gain for your investment. And if you're going to paint a product 3 times on a 20-year 20-year time frame, you could have bought a product that wouldn't need to be painted or maintenance and come out comparably the same in cost. And that's where comparable products like vinyl siding versus painting would be a recommendation or a direction we would consult with homeowners is cost effectiveness and minimizing their maintenance. Of course, all products require some sort of maintenance,
sure.
But and then there's other products out there.
Well, that's what I was going to ask.
That are available.
Is it just Masonite or vinyl? And you say there's other options?
There's a fiber cementous boards, which is a concrete-based composite siding made by various manufacturers now. Commonly, Hardy is a product that most people are familiar with when they associate fiber cement products. It's usually a Hardy. And then there's also products like Drive It, which is another name brand for EIFS, which is External Insulation Finishing Systems, basically a complex word for stucco. The styrofoam style. It has a synthetic mud and a synthetic finish coat, and it's an equivalent to a concrete stucco, but it's a synthetic foam and synthetic finishing product. So,
and you can put that on, and
that's another option. They have half face brick, half face stone. They have simulated imitations in a composite or a vinyl now that they can imitate stone or brick. So there's many varieties and options out there, and usually we'll use the complementary or the more expensive aesthetically enhancing products on the front, like your fish scales or your wood shakes, or maybe a composite enhancement like a stone, or something that would give it an enhancement to the front of the home. And then, like I said, with the fiber cement board, it's a more resilient product. They even come with a pre-finished product now that only requires caulk to match when we're done, and so that saves the additional cost of having a painter come out, and the warranty is going to be manufactured. The manufacturer is going to warranty the product and the finish for 20 years, and that exceeds any painter's expectations. So
sure,
and there's some of the reward you get from using a fiber cement product. Also, discounting your homeowner's insurance. If your home is 75% brick and you've only got a few areas that are gable ends or shutter siding, we usually direct a homeowner towards a fiber cement board product because it makes their whole home an equivalent to fire. It gives their home an entire equivalency to brick. Fire rating equivalent to brick. So there's a discount on your homeowner's insurance, which will help recruit the investment that you spend by putting fiber cement board.
As usual, when I talk with you, I'm finding that there's more than just knocking down the boards and putting up new boards. There are a lot of things that go into this that lead me to believe there's a difference between just deciding to do something and consulting an expert.
Yes, absolutely. And like I said, every siding is going to be, recommended based on the aesthetics and the architect of the home, and then what product's going to give them the most reward for their investment. And then, you don't want to overspend on a house too. You want to keep it in proportionate to the rest of the value of the homes in the neighborhood, and that's where, the proper consultation and advice comes in, knowledge and experience. And then all products have to have a, like for instance, vinyl siding is really, even though it's called siding, it is actually a cladding. So most of the mechanics and then the intricacies of vinyl siding go on behind the product, which most homeowners, aren't aware of the importance of. But the vinyl siding is a mechanical component that doesn't get caulked in. It's actually, like I said, a cladding. And the true work goes on with the house wrap, which is the moisture barrier that goes over your substrate, your siding, your sheathing. Or if we do a side over, it goes over your siding. And that's what keeps the water, when it does get in behind the siding, to actually keep it from infiltrating your home. And that's where all your corners, there's flashing that goes in, the tape that goes in around the windows, how everything laps, of course, water downhill, any vertical seams that get taped. Those are the important parts of the siding most homeowners don't understand.
I don't.
Is what
but
really
I understand somebody does, so that's important.
Yeah, it dictates the success of that product. If the product's not installed correctly, it's no longer effective and doesn't protect the home the way it was designed or engineered, and it's surely not going to be manufactured by the manufacturer. It's not going to be warranted by the manufacturer, which dictates the installation.
Is it possible for a homeowner to need replacement of only some of their siding as opposed to all of their siding, or is it generally you do it all at the same time?
And that's one of the areas that I'm better at, that one of the attributes or one of the things that I offer through 23 years of experience is cost engineering. And that's taken, like, you may have a section that's got some panels that have been warped by a grill, or you hit it with a lawnmower, and we can still relatively closely match that section by pulling or minimizing the repair work we do by taking and replacing just that section and pulling the bad components from other areas and replacing those with the components we took off of this section. So that everything matches. So whenever you have two sides that match, you can't have two panels that don't match together because that's an aesthetic eyesore. But you can have two sections that meet at a contrasting white corner or an offset color, so that the two colors don't show contrast. Oh yeah, so we come up with a lot of aesthetically pleasing solutions, and then also keep the cost for the homeowner down. So.
I always like to hear that.
Yes,
so once again, I understand why you say get real.
Yeah, if your home could talk, it'd tell you get real deal exteriors.